Hello people, this is Sonali, the Melodramatic Bookworm. If you've been here before, welcome back, and if you're new to my channel, welcome to the Melodramatic Bookworm family. I'm here today with my June 2021 TBR. Yeah, we are already there. Like 5 months have gone by and it's time to film my June TBR, and I've been sensible this time also, and I've chosen only 8 books to read throughout the month, and the remaining, if I manage to get there, then I will read those books from the previous months that I have been putting off. So I started this system in May, which I still haven't been able to implement given the number of books sitting on my cart, but let's not go there. But yes, there are 8 books that I want to read in June. I had actually put 10, but then I thought, Son, be reasonable, put only 8 books, so that if you manage to read more than that, then at least you'll get that sense of accomplishment. So I'm taking that route now. The day I'm filming this video is the 22nd of May, and I must say that I might not be able to finish the Percy Jackson series by the time this month ends. So if I don't finish the series, then the remaining books will be carried over to June. So that in addition to the 8 books that I will be talking about in this video. So without any further ado, let's dive right into this video and let me share with you the 8 books that I want to read in June 2021. A quick reminder, if you'd like to buy any of the books mentioned in this video, then please use my Amazon affiliate links in the description box below. It would be of immense help to me. First up is the subscriber pick for the month of June, and that is Tuesdays with Morrie. I've taken to making you guys make me read certain books because they've been on my TBR for way too long. But this is a book that is such a classic, it feels like, but I have never read it, even though I've had this on my TBR for ages. This is the story of, I think this is the author's story, I'm not really sure, who meets his old teacher and lessons that he learns from Morrie, who is the teacher. I think that's what it is from whatever I've read so far about it. But I did read another of Mitch Albom's books, which was For One More Day, and I found it extremely beautiful and I loved his writing. So much emotion packed into this sized book, and that was thinner than this one, and I was wrecked. And I thought, okay, I need to read more Mitch Albom. I do have 2 of his other books as well, but Tuesdays with Morrie is his most popular. So maybe I should have started with this, but it's okay, I didn't. And I think it's now time for me to read it. So I'm going to make my subscribers make me read this book, and you guys delivered as usual. And I am going to be reading, vlogging and reviewing this book for you in the month of June. The review will obviously come towards the end of June or in early July. Next is a book that I will be reading and reviewing for my channel members. This will be an exclusive video which will be available only for my channel members, and that book is a huge chunker of a classic, which is called Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte. I call this a chunker. This is 500 pages, but it could have been more because the font is a little tiny, like it's medium sized or something. But this is such a classic, and I've heard so many things about Jane Eyre, and Mr. Rochester, I think, is in this book. Yes, Mr. Rochester, and how their banter is of the very legendary sorts. But yes, this is what my channel members chose for me to read and review for them. There won't be a specific vlog for this because I already do fortnightly reading vlogs for them, but I know that this is such a classic, so I think I will have to get the audiobook for it and read while listening to it because my brain is like that. Next up is Funny Boy by Shyam Selvadurai, and this is the story of a boy growing up in Sri Lanka. Just in the 7 years before the 1983 riots in Sri Lanka, there's a lot of political tension over there, and about how this boy is having a sort of sexual awakening of sorts during those times, and combining these two, and to read a book that's so fraught with politics as well as humanity, I am going to go out on a limb and say that this is going to be a great book, that I'm going to love this book. I don't know, I've been getting these vibes since last year. Actually, I was supposed to have read this last year. I think, I don't remember exactly when, but last year I added it to a bunch of my TBRs but ended up not reading them. So yes, I'm super excited to finally start reading this. This also has a movie based on it. It came out, I think, last year or year before last. I don't remember when exactly. Let me know if you want me to watch the movie and as well and tell you how it is. I'll try to see if I can find it. Next up is Against the Loveless World by Susan Abulhawa. This is part of the 21 books I want to read in 2021 list, and I thought it's about time that I read this book because especially because of what's going on in Palestine right now. The reason why I bought this book was because I read Colum McCann's Apeirogon, and it talked about the Palestinian conflict, and I was like, he's a white man talking about the Palestinian conflict. And he did this whole both sides thing in that book, and even if I was not concentrating on that book was bad. There are Palestinian authors who are writing great books. I mean, I haven't read this, but everyone who I trust with reviews have said that this book is a great one, and it's so nuanced, it's raw. This is something that I have been looking forward to read. Nar has been confined to the cube, 9 square meters of cinder block devoid of time. Journalists visit her but get nowhere because Nar is not going to share her story with them. Many in the world call Nar a terrorist or a whore, and just as many call her a revolutionary or a hero. But the truth is more complicated than that. She was named for the river her pregnant mother crossed when she fled Israel's invasion of a home in Palestine. For a time she was Almas, a girl who went to late night parties in Kuwait with powerful men. She was a girl who learned early and painfully that when you are a refugee, love is a kind of desperation. She was a woman who went to Palestine in the wrong shoes and found there what she had always lacked in a battered beauty parlor: books, friends, politics, and a fighter named Bilal. Nahar sits in the cube and tells her story, and Bilal, who may not even be alive, but who is her only reason to get out. Next up is one of my most anticipated books of 2021, and that is The Four Winds by Kristen Hanna. And this is like, I don't know how much I can talk about this. This is historical fiction set in Texas in 1934, and it talks about a family trying to make a new life for themselves. And I loved Kristen Hanna's writing in The Nightingale. It broke my heart and it cut me to pieces. I love that book so much I can't even begin to express. But this is a book that one of my friends, Neha, she suggested that I absolutely just go ahead and read it. So I edited my June TBR, removed one book and put this one, and I will be reading this in June. I'm super excited for it, and I don't know what else to say. I'm just hoping that my excitement for this book doesn't dampen out towards the end. I'm keeping my fingers crossed, and if I could, I would cross my whole hand and keep it like this so that I'm not disappointed by this book. I don't think I will be though. Next up is a trilogy. Can you guess which it is? I know at least one of my subscribers will be super happy that I'm reading it this month. And also let me know if you'd like me to do a reading vlog for this, dedicated reading vlog for these 3 books. And I'll be very happy to do, because I think this is going to be one such series which is going to break me, and I'm all for it. But the series I'm talking about is the Poppy War trilogy by R.F. Kuang. Focus here please, thank you very much. The Poppy War, The Dragon Republic, and The Burning God. And please ignore the sizes like I have been ignoring them. It's a big pain in the wherever, because why don't they make them the same size? Anyway, this has elements of Chinese modern history, and it also has mentions of gods and shamans and all of these elements that bring this whole story together. And I've seen people lose their minds over this, and the author wrote this when she was 19. She wrote the first book when she was 19, and imagine the kind of reception it got, because apparently it's so well written, so nuanced, so detailed, and I'm here like, that's the kind of girl I wanted to be, but I didn't turn out to be. and I'm here just gushing about books, and I don't mind it one bit. But I am super excited to read this. This is one series that I wanted to read in this year, and I think I'm getting to read it, and I am so excited that I'm finally reading it, as I know some of you will be, at least one of you. I know definitely that you will be happy to see this on my TBR, any of my TBRs for that matter. So those are all the books that I want to read in June 2021. Which of these have you read? Which ones did you like? Which ones did you not like? Which ones are on your TBR? Which ones are on your wish list? What books are you planning to read in June 2021? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Also, if you'd like to buy any of these books, then please use my Amazon affiliate links in the description box below. It would be of immense help to me. If you like this video, please like it and share it to spread the word. And if you like my content and would like to see more from me, don't forget to hit subscribe and click on the bell icon beside the subscribe button to get notified as and when I post new videos. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Until next time, keep reading, keep watching, and add melodrama to your life.